Hello everybody, and welcome back to your fortnightly dose of LOB Cast Wrestling. With me, the voice of reason, Dave Stevens, and of course, the man who can't be cancelled, the Tower of Power, Lee Hazel.
No matter how hard you try,
No matter how hard I try.
No matter how hard you try.
This week's going to be everything Elimination Chamber, as well as what was in that very spooky, very evil box.
It was Danhausen all along.
Yep.
That's the only thing I could think of as it was happening. Was like listening to that music, I was just like, it's Agatha all along. Yeah. That's what this theme has become.
So yeah, we're going to give you the rundown of the brilliant 4 matches that were on display this weekend. Probably finish up with some Raw, maybe. I don't know. It's Tuesday recording for us, so we might talk about Raw. Probably talk about some AEW, really, because probably would have had enough of WWE shit by that point.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, you know, if we actually did discuss Dynamites more often on this thing, I think that'd probably be the bulk of what we discussed, but we've got a very awkward recording schedule if we're ever going to talk about a Dynamite.
That's, yeah, you know, we're always before. But anyway, so should we discuss... Well, first of all, it's your turn for beer.
So, as you can see, I've gotten 2 completely different kinds of beer here.
Okay.
But I know, even if you don't like beer, the thing that you do like is references.
Okay.
So you have the choice. Vader Shuffle.
Oh.
Which is a porter.
What's a porter?
It's like a Guinnessy type drink.
Oh, okay.
Or, and this is my actual favourite one, Quaid. Start the reactor. Start the reactor, Quaid.
I've got to have some of that. Tiny Rebel Quaid. Yeah, Quaid. Come on, get your ass to Mars.
I knew you'd like that.
Open your mind. Quaid.
Should we explain that reference for any... I mean, nobody needs to know what Vader Shuffle is.
No, but this
clearly.
So this beer is Tiny Rebel. It's Quaid, Start the Reactor. So it's basically a reference to Total Recall, basically.
There is a very memeable bit in Total Recall where something extremely odd happens at the end.
Quaid. No.
Anyway, should we open up?
Yeah, go on. Yeah. I could do Total Recall references all bloody night, but this is a wrestling podcast, so let's talk about wrestling. So let's skip WWE and talk about AEW if you want to talk about wrestling.
Cool, yeah.
No, I jest. Right, so initial impressions of Elimination Chamber, what do you reckon? Oh, no, I've got to taste the beer.
Yeah,
what am I doing?
Beer, yeah.
What am I doing? Hold on. Ooh. It's a bit tangy, Lee.
Nah, I'm actually going to also give you the opportunity.
Oh yeah, let me try the Vader one.
Now, I love both of these, but I was wondering whether or not I should even.
Oh, you could taste the wood in that.
Yeah, it's a wood-aged Belgian porter.
No, you could. You know, it reminds me of like barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecue.
Yeah. So like porter is like barbecue beer. I really love it.
Yeah, that's really. I like that. Yeah,
well,
should we trade? Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
we'll trade.
Should trade. Right, okay.
I'll probably stomach this a bit more.
That's good then.
Is that that's more your favourite, isn't it?
I do. I absolutely love the.
I prefer the Total Recall reference,
yeah.
but unfortunately, what's in the can?
Yeah. So the Start the Reactor is a West Coast American IPA, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I think both of these beers are gorgeous. Actually,
they're both by Tiny Rebel.
Tiny Rebel to me do no wrong. Except for their IPA.
This isn't a great beer. It's just that the nice sweety barbecue wood flavour is better offset than.
See how you feel about this, because you either usually like you start out with a beer with kind of like neutral like opinions to it, and by the end of it, you either like it a lot more or you like it a lot less.
It's probably because I've drunk a load of it and I can't tell the difference. I mean, to be honest, I've had about 3 Jew bells before I came round today.
You did not.
I did. I got a case of mango once for my birthday.
Do you know what? Today I haven't had any drinks before we've started the podcast, but that is breaking probably a year's worth of tradition, because I usually have a couple before you come round.
Yeah, well,
As you can probably tell by the state of me when I'm recording this.
Well, I started while I was watching Raw. I needed it, and then I normally have one with my dinner. So yeah.
Should we? Oh, actually, no. It would make no chronological sense whatsoever to talk about the Raw after Chamber.
We got to do the pay-per-view. So should we get into the pay-per-view? So initial thoughts on the pay-per-view then, before we'll do the deep dive.
So a minute ago, when we were introducing this program, you said something that surprised me greatly, which was that there was 4 brilliant matches.
It was
that we've got to
sarcasm.
go for.
It was sarcasm.
I figured. I didn't want to. I didn't want to be totally cynical. I was going to say an alternative title for this podcast might have been Elimination. No, it don't work, does it? It was mid.
Very shit, very missable.
Very shit, very missable. Yeah.
You know what? I mean, I've got one word, 4 letters for this show. Wank.
Yep.
I'm bringing it back. Wank.
Yeah, we're bringing it back. Yep.
That's what. What a completely missable load of drivel this pay-per-view was.
The last pay-per-view on the quote-unquote road to Wrestlemania, which these days is looking a bit shaky. That road has got some potholes.
Oh, this Wrestlemania looks turd. It was bad. I mean, there was the storyline, the lack of storylines in this show, the lack of storylines coming out of this show. It was turd. It was. Thankfully, I watched it the next day, so I could just. It nearly ruined my birthday.
Did it?
Because my birthday was Sunday. It nearly ruined my birthday. That's how bad this show was.
Oh, yeah, no, this is the birthday edition of the LOB Cast.
Yeah, so it was my birthday on Sunday. So I watched this. I got up and watched this.
Yeah, Dave born on the 1st of March. Our Welsh listeners might be able to figure out that one.
Right. I want to say, because I watched this and Collision in the same day, and an episode of Collision is better than your PLE.
Yeah.
You got problems. You got problems.
Oh, God.
Well, should we go through the funness match by match?
Yeah, let's go for that.
So
I do have the rundown on here.
So we started off with I believe the women's chamber match, wasn't it? One that I was particularly looking forward to because I really enjoyed this last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, right, so last year I was a bit down on the women's elimination chamber because I don't know, man. I had started watching WWE again, and it was probably the first. Oh no, the Rumble would have been the first PLE that I would have seen, but this would have been the second. And this was like, I
remember we enjoyed the Chamber more than the Rumble, didn't we?
Yeah, definitely we enjoyed the Chamber more than the Rumble. But I was still a bit like, it started out with this thing where Jade Cargill beat up Naomi. And I was thinking to myself, everyone's, absolutely going over the odds on this in that typical melodramatic WWE way. But really, the beatdown is not that bad. And honestly, the only things that happened to Naomi in that beatdown were the same sort of things that would happen to her through the course of going through an Elimination Chamber match. So if she gets beaten up by Jade before it in that fashion, she was never going to win the match because if she gets taken out like that, she's got no stomach for the chamber. But now, having watched this, I'm like, oh my God, at least that was some interpersonal drama.
Yeah, there's some story in it.
And now I'm watching this Elimination Chamber and I'm begging for something like that to happen.
There was this match. I mean, the most positive thing about this match that happened is at least the result was a surprise. Because I thought Tiffany Stratton was a dead cert to win this.
Absolutely. And I think Rhea Ripley
I don't think Rhea Ripley winning it is a good thing, though.
Oh, do you not?
No, it just seems like, our WrestleMania tickets are tanking. Let's put Rhea Ripley in the main event.
Yeah.
Let's take her off the 4-month storyline she's just had and bung her in. I do not want to watch Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill.
No, it don't sound... I mean... Are we going to talk about do you even know about the Twitter spat?
The Twitter spat, yeah. I've heard about that, yeah.
So basically, they've had an actual real life fight over Twitter, and it is as petty and as uncool and as completely just shit.
Just looking at it, though, real life fights. It seems more like that. Most of that is from Jade Cargill's side, though.
Yeah, it feels like somebody sent some tweets to Jade. In a absolutely typical, let's generate some interest on social media type stuff, and she has blown a fucking gasket.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't mind, but you put her in a match for longer than 5 minutes and it goes shit.
Yeah, I don't know what Rhea's going to do with her.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Jade Cargill is one of them people, she comes out, she looks like a star, but there is a reason why she's not defended her belts when she's won it.
Yeah. There is a reason why AEW didn't exactly fight tooth and nail to keep her when WWE started knocking on the door.
But back to this match. I mean, so I was surprised with the result. I mean, the only good thing... I mean, it's nice to see that Kiana James getting some sort of shine, but I don't know... But I don't have faith that WWE are going to follow through with it. She had a decent showing in the Rumble. She had a decent showing here. I think this is just like, oh look, we're making a future star. Like,
there are new wrestlers on the roster that excite me, and I'm sorry, but Kiana James and Raquel Rodriguez, they ain't two that I would have picked for this.
I really like Raquel Rodriguez.
And okay, so this is probably the most that I've ever been invested in her. This is the most that I've ever
didn't you like her
seeing
match
her.
with Rhea Ripley in Saudi a few months back?
That I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, but I mean that was a good.
It may have been really good.
I really like Raquel Rodriguez, to be honest.
I just like. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, where is Julia in the Elimination Chamber? Yeah. Where is Jordan Grace?
Yeah. Like, I mean, to be honest, did this because I mean last year's one had Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair in it, and I think like that kind of really missed like two people like that in this.
Absolutely, yeah. Like where is Bianca Belair comes with her own foreign object.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like all these girls are good, but there wasn't like what I would call megastar power in there, apart from Rhea Ripley.
Absolutely not. No, there's not. Like even Tiffany at the very beginning, she kept screaming, like shouting "Tiffy time" at the audience.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Get down to it. Get violent.
Yeah.
You know,
that's one thing. There was no violence, was there?
No.
There was no violence in it.
No, this was not I don't think anybody bled.
No, there wasn't.
Did anybody bleed?
I don't remember.
No.
To be honest, I don't remember a lot. But that's what I mean. There was no viciousness in this match, was there? At least like last year, I remember like the spots like where Bianca whipping Liv Morgan with her hair and things like, and like the aforementioned beat down of Naomi at the beginning.
Absolutely, yeah.
And things like that. There was no, there was not. I mean, there was a bit with Rodriguez came out and like did like the monster heel thing, like beating everyone up for a bit.
Yeah, but that's like just your typical like big heel against the little wrestlers.
Yeah, exactly. That's something I would have expected. But I mean, the only positives is like obviously, I want to see Kiana James. Like if they're going to put her in these sort of positions, then you need to elevate her, and I don't think they're going to follow through on the promise that they've made through the Rumble and this match.
Well, I don't know what her story is now outside of the chamber.
Because I'm confused. Because before the Rumble and this, she was just Julia's lackey.
Yeah,
and you think, well, if she's just Julia's lackey, why is Julia not?
Because apparently now WWE see her as the star of that duo, not Julia herself.
Wow.
Which like Julia got caught up in that whole like stardom thing with that dude that was poaching people for WWE, and I think she got a raw deal there. I cannot see, unless they do something drastic with her in the next couple of years, like she must be looking at what the women of AEW or back in like stardom with the Joshi wrestling, she must be looking at that and thinking to herself, God, what have I gotten myself into?
Maybe, yeah. She's not had the same treatment as what's her name?
Tekla.
No, not Tekla. The Chilean girl.
Oh, Steffi Vacker.
Yeah, she's not had the Vacker treatment. But yeah, this was just
even Vacker hasn't had the Vacker treatment. Let's face it.
Well, yeah. It was going well until they put her with
Nikki Bella. Yeah. Even this, I like. They're gonna. Liv Morgan's gonna win.
Yeah.
And I am dreading that.
So summarise, this match was pretty forgettable, pretty bland, really. It was just bland.
It is one of the most forgettable Elimination Chamber matches. Not one of the worst Elimination Chamber matches I've ever seen, but one of the most forgettable.
Yeah, and to think there was 20 minutes of runtime before this bell even went.
Yeah. Oh my God, the entrances in this. We will get to...
I fast-forwarded them.
There is... Oh my God.
I won't go to sit through 20 minutes of this crap.
No, like... we'll get to it. We'll get
to on the men's ones. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, so then the second match, we got AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the IC title.
Right, so I have said in numerous podcasts, I don't think that AJ Lee has it anymore. I think that she's getting absolutely steamrolled by everybody else on the roster. So I came into this match with very low expectations. And I actually very much enjoyed this match.
I didn't. It was.
I didn't. Like, we are talking, like, that is the faintest of praise. I enjoyed AJ Lee doing the moves in this match. But I don't think that anything happened in this match that was particularly story noteworthy or that made me think that AJ Lee was anything other than a gifted professional wrestling mid-carder.
I honestly enjoyed Becky Lynch taking on Maxine Dupree's.
Oh, really?
More than this.
Really?
I enjoyed Maxine Dupree more than AJ Lee.
Damn.
And I'm not claiming that Maxine Dupree is a great wrestler.
No.
But I thought she was better than AJ Lee.
Well, like I said, from her last two performances in those mixed in those multi-person matches where I thought she was, oh my god, this is going to be absolutely terrible. This wasn't terrible, and I enjoyed watching her execute some of the moves.
I mean, to be honest as well, because AJ Lee is a competent wrestler. To be honest, I expected I expected a bit more from Becky Lynch, to be honest, as well.
This is where I am. I'm starting to completely lose faith in Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
I think that she has gotten this shtick down, and it has made her feel like she doesn't have to be as physical anymore. Yeah. She doesn't have to be as athletic anymore. And
yeah, but why take the bumps if you don't have to?
You don't have to take the bumps if you don't have to. But here's the thing: I kind of think she does, because the shtick in her character is getting on my damn nerves.
I think it's the wrong opponent. I think it was working with the Maxine Dupree stuff.
Yeah.
Because the story was there.
Yeah.
And and with the Lyra Valkyria stuff, because the story was there. I just didn't enjoy it. It was not very good.
So because I don't see any other direction for either one of these people going into WrestleMania except for have the rematch.
Probably. I mean, obviously AJ Lee's a part-timer, so she's going to keep it till Mania and then drop it and then disappear, isn't she?
Yeah, possibly.
It'll probably be a rematch.
I just don't understand how they're going to keep this one exciting.
Or maybe they'll have
weeks.
a multi-woman match.
Yeah, maybe it'll be the Intercontinental Women's match that gets the multi-man ladder match treatment.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe that might be quite fun. But yeah, next up was the match of the night for me. After that AJ Lee match, the next match was my favourite match of the night.
Okay.
CM Punk versus Finn Balor. I mean, I'm going to say match of the night loosely.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the greatest.
I have heard very, very, very differing opinions on this match. You've got your Punk stans and your old school wrestling fans absolutely love this match. And then you've got people whose sensibilities are a bit more modern, thinking this was an absolute snooze fest. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you here. I fell asleep during this.
You know what? I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was a match of two halves for me.
Oh, really?
The first half was boring.
Yeah.
It was boring.
Yeah.
And then the second half, it picked up and I got excited. So, had you stayed awake, it might have got better.
Oh, well, don't get me wrong. I rewound it. And saw
for me,
it.
But it's weird you saying what you said, because for me, I enjoyed Finn Balor's performance and I didn't like Punk's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think, to me, this was Punk absolutely trying his hardest to have an entertaining match without... Like, he should have had a hardcore match, because he's trying to have an entertaining match without injuring himself.
Yeah.
And so in that case, then, the way you do that is you have a no DQ match and you use a bunch of weapon spots
gimmicks,
where you're not actually putting your body on the line. You are, playing around with props.
Yeah, like some cuts and scrapes rather than back bumps. And
exactly,
suplex,
so your tricep don't get torn or your calf don't get taken
you might
out.
have to have a few stitches, but not, Yeah, I agree. I mean, Finn Balor is Finn Balor's better than this. Like,
I am.
Finn Balor should be treated more highly regarded.
Finn Balor to me has that. Like, they got better with AJ as time went on, but then AJ kept AJ's ride with AJ Styles' ride with WWE was very much like, oh, he's in the main event, he's at the top of the card, he's having some of the greatest matches that he's ever had, and then going all the way back down again. Oh, okay, so he's taken a bit of time off, but he's still wrestling, and it's just Finn Balor hasn't had the big main event. Oh my god, he is having some of the best matches of his life.
Vince McMahon wrote him off 10 years ago. He won that Universal Championship and got injured, and then Vince McMahon wrote him off.
Yeah, but he hasn't been allowed to have his comebacks in the same way as like a Daniel Bryan did or an AJ Styles did. And I'm not saying that he is in the, like the S tier, like top 5 of all time sort of in-ring performer that they are. But he's definitely in that kind of atmosphere with him. And it's just to see Finn Balor basically be, hey, you're a safe pair of hands to help usher CM Punk into the main event of WrestleMania with, is kind of a very disappointing place for him to be.
Yeah, he's wasted here.
Yeah.
He'd make a good member of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah. Genuinely.
A face turn in the Blackpool Combat Club with Finn Balor would be quite...
But this is the thing. Now that we absolutely know that AJ Styles ain't doing it, I have got absolutely no thing in my mind that Finn Balor's going to do it either. Apparently Bayley's very likely to have already re-signed with WWE, and I don't know what the hell they've done with that.
Flashing the cash, aren't they?
Yeah,
but the thing is as well, could that be a case of WWE flashing the cash and AEW ain't? Because AEW don't really need all these people.
No, they don't.
They don't need these people. They don't need... I mean, considering what the women are doing, they certainly don't need Bayley. No. I'd like to see Bayley over there, but they certainly don't need Bayley. They don't... Why do you need Finn Balor when you've got Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher?
You absolutely do not know. And that's a shame. That's a shame for Finn Balor, but it's not a shame for the rest of us.
No. Yeah. But the thing is, it has to get to a point where you've got to say, right, we only want the best now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I'm not paying silly money for... Yeah. Not I'm saying Finn Balor's shit, but if I've already got Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, I don't need Finn Balor. Yeah. If I've already got Pac and, people of this calibre, I don't need...
And it's like, even with somebody like Tommaso Ciampa, obviously he wasn't a bank-breaking deal, but he was somebody who really wanted to get back into the ring and show people what he could really do.
I think he's fitting in really nicely over there as well.
Massively has, yeah.
Yeah.
His performances on Collision have made Collision like...
I think his style and his gimmick and his look fits AEW really
I can see, and another person I can see going over there because of this is Johnny Gargano. Because I think that Johnny Gargano has a much greater role to play in a professional wrestling company than the one he's been slotted into in WWE.
Yeah, he's doing shit. But yeah.
Should we get back to this match?
Let's get back to this.
You can always tell when we're not really into stuff when we start going off on these tangents.
Well, to be honest, I don't have a lot more to say about this match. It was we knew he was going to win.
Yeah.
There was no... I mean, this is just... I mean, hopefully Finn Balor gets a bit of a storyline coming out of this with the Judgment Day stuff. But other than that, it was just...
we'll pick up back... Yeah, there was development on that on Raw. And it was
sleep-worthy, the first half of the match anyway. It picked up towards the end, and I was quite surprised towards the end because I was quite bored at the beginning. But yeah, that was my favourite match. Then we got on... Then, well, before the main event, we got a segment. So we finally got to see what was in the box. So
what's in the box?
What's in the box? So it just cut to the general Aldis and Pierce on the stage with the box. They opened the box. The music started playing. Then a load of women came out, all dressed as Danhausen. Then Danhausen came out.
Funnily enough, also dressed as Danhausen.
One of them women was Danhausen's wife.
Yeah. I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, do you?
For no particular reason.
What, on your main account or one of your off accounts?
We'll keep that on the...
She's not on the ego account, is she?
I'm laughing at your very funny joke there, Dave.
My very funny joke. My very funny, unserious joke.
Right. So, anyway, yes. So, Danhausen came out. They played his theme tune. He had a load of choreography, and then the lights went out and he disappeared.
Yeah.
To a thunderous round of boos.
Yeah. Which WWE was apparently taking it as they just thought it was like no one likes Danhausen, but I think everyone was booing because
there wasn't enough Danhausen.
Yeah.
Well, I think there are two reasons why people were booing. Some people, I genuinely believe, thought that was going to be like Chris Jericho, or at least a star that they recognise.
I mean, probably a lot of people don't even know who Danhausen is.
Danhausen is a very big name on the indies.
Yeah.
Like, he was a big name on ROH, but when ROH was an independent organisation. Yeah. And he was in AEW for a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but
and Tony never put him on TV.
Yeah, I mean, he was last on telly I mean, he had a lot of injuries, but he was last on telly like over 2 years ago. Yeah, because he like broke his leg and stuff, didn't he?
He was hired injured. He had like a torn pec when he signed his contract.
Yeah, and then he started wrestling and then broke his leg. And then that's why he's because I think his contract got put on hold. That's why he hasn't. He's been there, but I don't know. But yeah, so that was I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, funny enough, it was a shit segment. To be fair, but it wasn't the worst thing on the show. That's how bad it was.
No, and here's the thing: if you can't tell people what Danhausen is like with what they gave us.
No.
You have got to give him. You have got to, at the very least, have him open his mouth and say something.
No, I mean, at least he had a little interaction with Adam Pearce on Raw.
Yeah, and that was probably a ton better.
Yeah.
Confusing Adam Pearce for Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Asking for a spot at the Hall of Fame this year.
Exactly. So, yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, to be honest, it is a gimmick that would serve WWE. I'm surprised he's gone straight roster and not. They haven't bunged him on NXT.
Yeah, that is actually a big thing because I genuinely thought he was NXT bound. At the very worst case scenario, AAA bound.
Yeah, I mean
AAA.
I mean, it looks like him and Hobbs are not going to be NXT bound.
But what is Hobbs going to be? Because Hobbs debuted at the Royal Rumble and has had one less appearance on WWE TV than Danhausen has at this point.
Yeah. Oh no, he's been on adverts for because he did the podcast with Stephanie McMahon.
He did the podcast with Stephanie.
I don't know. I've not listened to it. I'll fast forward that shit.
If you remember what I said, Dave, I said WWE TV.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Anyway, so that was that segment. Then on to the main event.
Yeah.
To find out who is going to Wrestlemania. Apparently. Go on, the entrances. You had something to say about the entrances on this one, didn't you?
Right. So, bell to bell between CM Punk and the Elimination Chamber match, it was something like 27 minutes of nothing but... Right. So, Danhausen's segment took up 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So, we're now thinking it's about 21 minutes worth of entrances and adverts on a show that many people have had to pay $30 for. We, personally, because this is pretty much at the minute the only thing I use Netflix for, I've had to pay 17 quid for this.
Yeah, I fast forward. This is why I watch them. This is why I don't watch any of it live, because I can fast forward this shit.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you're looking at these match times.
And then don't get me wrong, I was scrubbing through it myself, but it was like I was scrubbing through and I was like, how long? Wait a minute, hang on a second. So this starts at
So with those match times, they're bell to bell, aren't they?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So with those match times, add another 4 minutes on.
Yeah.
You've got just under 90 minutes
in a 3-hour.
In a 3-hour show.
That's
it was 4. No, it was longer than that one. It was about 4.
It was 3 hours.
Was it?
The one that I saw, it was definitely 3 hours. Yeah, and I'm sorry, that's appalling.
Yeah, 90 minutes.
I don't understand, the people paying so much money to see this stuff live.
Yeah, whereas you get an AEW show that's 5 hours long.
You get 12
and you get 4 hours of wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell, if they could stick 6 hours of wrestling into a 5-hour show, they'd find a way.
If they could turn around the matches quicker, you know what I mean?
But it's just, I'm sorry, but WWE don't know how to do their own stipulations anymore. We've had crap War Games, we've had crap Rumbles, and now we've had crap Chambers.
Yeah. You know, I'd like to see AEW do a Rumble just to see what it'd be like.
Do you know what? People have started talking about that now, and genuinely, I've been against that idea since the jump because I think it's too WWE coded.
I think it's too WWE.
But now, I'm like, do you know what? Fuck it, do it.
Do what? Yeah, but then again, I do like the AEW, like the what's it called? The Casino Gauntlet.
Casino Gauntlet, yeah. We are due to have another one of them probably at Dynasty.
Yeah, I like them.
And it's been long enough now because unfortunately, it's not like there's one event in the calendar year where you get one Casino Gauntlet. Yeah. So hopefully they tune those down a little and it becomes... Because I don't mind... What I'm liking about the Casino Gauntlet is you've got a men's version of it and you've got a women's version of it, but they happen at two different times of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't happen on the same event or at the same weekend.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so the men's one, so yeah, 20 minutes of adverts and crap, and then we got to a match. Mm-hmm. I will say, out of all these guys, I'm really enjoying Trick Williams at the moment.
Like
which is strange because I weren't the biggest fan of him on NXT, but I think in this, I think
he is more meant for the bigger stages and the bigger arenas.
Yeah. The thing is, I weren't too great on his, but he's just got the charisma, isn't he?
Yeah.
And this is my problem with Javon Evans because Javon Evans is good with all these flips and that, but I don't see him main event in WrestleMania ever.
No.
I don't think he's...
At least not in this incarnation of it.
I don't want to knock the kid, but like when you hear him on promos and that, he's not got... You know, Trick Williams has got something like The Rock and like Booker T and like people who can talk and present a character. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, even Logan Paul's got charisma.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got like, people hate him, but then that's his thing, you know?
Yeah. And in a lot of the time, you know, me and you play D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Hatred is just another dice roll in the charisma spectrum.
Exactly. But I mean, so it's a shame because Javon Evans is really good at the wrestling, but I don't think he's ever going to be a main event single star.
No, he's your Kofi Kingston of this generation. He's going to be perpetually in that intercontinental scene. He'll get a world title run one day, but it'll be in like the lull period between the Royal Rumble and SummerSlam.
Yeah. I don't see him being a big. It's a shame because he's got the wrestling talent, but I don't think he's not got everything. And and to be a wrestling star, you don't have to be a good wrestler. It's just fact. You don't look. It gets to a point where the wrestling is irrelevant sometimes.
Yeah.
If you've got it, you know, you can carry a program and not have a good match at all.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Hulk Hogan was on top for God knows how long, and he's not the most physically.
He was.
I don't know. His Japan stuff was quite good.
Yeah, his Japan stuff was really good, but I don't know. When about was that? Was that pre or post?
You know what though? Because the thing is, because I want to say something. Because obviously, sometimes you don't need a personality.
Yeah.
To get over, you can do it on your wrestling ability. But a lot of those people are killers. Like you look at Brock Lesnar.
Right.
No, I'm not talking Benoit. Was you think I was going to go Benoit?
Exactly where my head went.
Benoit. No, I mean Benoit fits into this thing though, like wrestling wise. You look at Benoit in a wrestling sense, and you think like if you get in the ring with him, he's gonna fuck you up.
He's gonna
you get in the ring with Brock Lesnar, he's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. You
get in the ring with Javon Evans, he's gonna dive on you.
Yeah.
And make you fall over. That's it. You know what I mean? He's not gonna fuck. You know, you get in the ring with Steve Blackman. Do you know what I mean? He's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
I mean, the best examples are Brock Lesnar and Chris Benoit. Like you look at these guys and then you think, like, that's
Ken
a bad
Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock. These are guys that are going to beat the shit out of me. They don't need a personality because they're going to fucking. Because
they make it real, and like there are two kinds of there are two things you have to be invested in when it comes to professional wrestling. One is the genuineness of the characters, and 2 is the genuineness of the fighting.
Yeah.
So you have got to like bring at least one of those things to the table.
Yeah.
And if you're not bringing the other, then you've got to bring double of the other.
That's what I mean. So you got like Brock Lesnar, Benoit, Goldberg. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People like that, and you think, right, well, these guys are gonna, you know,
absolutely.
And Javon Evans doesn't have that like that mean killer instinct like look about him like that.
He doesn't ever look like he's gonna knock somebody out.
No, he doesn't look like he's gonna tear you in half when he spears you, or like he's not gonna like pick you up and launch you in an F5 or like put you in a crippler crossface.
Well, he'll give you a hell of a firework display.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have a bad day.
No,
or you're not gonna be perceived to have a bad day.
No,
you know, getting in the ring with him.
No, it's gonna be like. You know, Javon Evans is one day going to have a hell of a match against Obafemi.
Teddy Long is not going to threaten you by saying you have a match on SmackDown against Javon Evans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember those days.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's not like... it's so, and that's the thing about him. He's just... And I don't want to say it because I do enjoy his wrestling. I can't stand his promos.
No.
You know, I mean, to be honest, he's just...
Not overly familiar with his
I'd rather listen to Jey Uso talk than him, to be fair.
That is harsh, Dave.
It's annoying. But,
you'd rather listen to Jey Uso wheeze his way through a...
So rather than talk about how shit Javon Evans is now good trick with him, should we actually talk about this wrestling match?
Yeah, okay. Because here's the thing. When I fell asleep during Punk and Finn Balor, it was halfway through this match that I woke up.
Oh, okay.
That's how long I was out for.
The only things I really remember is they tried to make Logan Paul look good by making him pin 3 people.
Well, apparently, do you know the reason why he pinned 3 people?
No.
The person who was supposed to do that
was Bronson Reed.
And they slotted him in the exact same
rather
part
than
of the match.
rather than think Bronson Reed ain't in this match, we've known this for like a week nearly. We could change everything. That we'll just give him the same stuff.
We'll just give Logan Paul the same spot as a guy who is over 300 pounds.
Oh, that's ridiculous, isn't it? I remember that, and I remember LA Knight falling off the ropes.
Right, yeah.
Slipping.
Pretty much it. And then a little bit after that, looking at social media at all of the footage of Randy
Orton laughing.
pissing himself laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, right.
I feel bad for LA Knight because, like, no matter how hard he tries and gets over, the people in the back are just going to see things like that and slipping off the ropes and think,
it's like
we can't have him do that at WrestleMania.
Yeah. And they're all going to think that this is the reason why we are correct. We are correct in not allowing LA Knight the push.
Yeah. Well, they just see things like that and think, oh, well, if he's the main event at WrestleMania and he does that, you know.
Yeah. So, obviously, by now you all know Randy Orton won the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, which was a surprise to me as well, because I thought Cody Rhodes was a dead set for this one.
Absolutely. But now, apparently, Cody Rhodes is facing Drew McIntyre on SmackDown.
So, do you think we could have a situation where Cody Rhodes wins the belt and then goes on to face Randy Orton?
Right, so I was thinking something, a huge thing I was thinking after this match.
Do you think it's just going to get convoluted and we're just going to have a big multi-man match?
Well, this is the thing. I thought for a few days, well, it's not been a few days since some Elimination Chamber, but definitely in the immediate aftermath, my head was going, oh, okay, so what's going to happen is that this year's multi-man ladder match is going to be the undisputed WWE Championship.
No, I can't see them doing that.
Because I was thinking to myself, well, you've got Randy, you've got Logan, you've got Seth, you've got Cody, you've got Drew, and you just put them all into the same match. Fatu. You put them all into the same match and have the ladder match be like the big multi-man match for this WrestleMania. But now I'm really thinking about it, and I know that it's going to be Drew versus Cody on Friday. They've basically, they've hit the glass in case of emergency button, and they're bringing out Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania.
I think we might have Cody Rhodes is going to win, but I think Jacob Fatu is probably going to cost McIntyre the thing, and then them two will probably go on to have their program.
That would be good. That would be better because
then it's supposedly Jacob Fatu is blaming McIntyre for taking him out a few months back.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what they could do. They're probably going to have... Because, I mean, but then, see, we're getting Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I don't know if this was the plan all along, but, I mean, if they had been planning that, could we be having a situation where Randy Orton's going to start winding it down now if he's going to go, like, wrestle Cody Rhodes at Mania?
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. This match has been on the cards for quite some time.
Yeah.
They've been teasing it. They've been doing it here and there. But the thing is that nobody got the idea that when Randy Orton came back after being so long away, that he'd be so popular as what he was.
Yeah.
So Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, they were trying to figure out who's going to be the heel in that fight. Now I definitely think it's going to be Randy Orton is going to turn heel against Cody Rhodes. The only thing is though, is that I think that this is such a nostalgia pick.
Yeah, but I'm actually excited to... If that's the case, I would... That out of the matches, I'm actually... it would be sad because I really enjoy Drew McIntyre as a champion. I like him as champion.
Yeah.
But if someone says, what match do you want to watch? I would like to see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. I'd like to see that match. Whereas I've seen Cody versus Drew.
This is one of the most baffling things that I think I have seen this year. So, WWE changed the plan to have Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, which is what clearly the match was when they came out of Survivor Series, out of the War Games. But then all the internet was like, oh, we've got that the last 3 years, we don't want that again. So they changed it around to Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. And now they are going to give us that second match in God knows how many months. That's another match that people are sick of.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've exchanged one match people are sick of for another one.
I've heard rumours that the plan was going to be Cody, Jacob Fatu and Drew as a triple threat.
Yeah.
But, I mean, with Randy Orton winning this...
Yeah. It can't be a triple threat now. It has to be Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes.
I can't see Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre being the match
because this is such a break glass in case of emergency match. This is what has been decided to try and boost ticket sales for WrestleMania because there is such a huge concentration online of people who I have just noticed are like, why is Randy Orton not like one of the big main eventers? Why is he not in the same echelon as Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns? Why is he not just RKOing everybody and he's got the belt for months on end? And I'm listening to these people and I'm like, do you know who you're talking about? Have you watched the output of Randy Orton over the last few years? Have you watched, the fact that even when he was at his best, this guy was never the most thrilling personality or professional wrestler?
You know what? He might be good now he hasn't got to fight John Cena. Because he might be able to be champion without having to fight.
Touche, Dave.
Touche. He's a champion and he won't have to defend it against John Cena 6 times in his title run.
That's, I feel like checkmate. Checkmate.
At the matches, that's the match I want to see. I just feel for Drew McIntyre because I was really looking forward to seeing Drew McIntyre go into WrestleMania as the champion.
I mean, the thing is that the reason why Drew McIntyre won the championship in the first place is because Cody could kind of hear the crowd sort of slyly turning on him. So he was like, right, I've got to do something to stop this from happening because when they turned on me in AEW, they never turned back again.
I mean, do you think there's a chance where we might get heel Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton?
I very much doubt that, Dave, because he has been so hell-bent against turning heel for the longest time. Like, he to me feels like he's got less chance of turning heel.
But what if it was just like for a short heel run, just like for the Mania match?
Maybe. And do you know what? They did it for Cena last year.
Not full on heel, but like he's out of these, like they're both the. He'll be more of the tweener.
He'll be more like desperate to win. He'll do more heelish things.
Yeah. So he'll be wrestling as the heel rather than.
I mean, you could say it when he's done white meat babyface. In the last few years, it has been the worst of his work.
Yeah.
So hopefully he does find that edge. You know, the match against John Cena at last year's WrestleMania, him like just absolutely displaying, no, I do not have that killer instinct. I do not have that edge. is the worst part of Cody Rhodes' professional output. So hopefully he doesn't need to go through that phase with Randy Orton, and he just finds that killer instinct.
Well, it's remained to be seen, but I mean, I was intrigued that Randy Orton won it, but as for the actual Chamber match itself, I was just like,
yeah.
So I mean, it seems like all these matches we've talked about everything else surrounding the match, apart from the match itself.
If we talked about the match itself, we are currently at almost an hour, I think. We're at 45 minutes. You could have shaved off 20 minutes if we just kept it to the wrestling.
Well, to be honest, if I was just keeping it to the review of this, the podcast would have been like, "Hello, everybody, welcome to LOB Cast Wrestling." Chamber was shit. And that would have been it. That would have been, you know what I mean? It was just
4 matches. I know 2 of them are
How
Chambers.
can they justify these ticket prices for this?
Because people fucking.
They're gonna have a problem in a few years' time when it's just corporate people and there's no crowd noise.
Yeah,
because there's no kids to scream for. Well, I mean, no John Cena ain't there, but there ain't no kids to scream for Cody Rhodes and stuff because mum and dad can't pay fucking $2,000.
Yeah,
$2,000 for a thing. Anyway, that was the Chamber. Shall we?
We said we'd talk about Raw, didn't we, for a little bit?
Yeah, well, I think we kind of spoke. I mean, we haven't talked about the Punk Roman Reigns stuff, but I think we have spoken a bit about because the only interesting thing on Raw, really, because we've mentioned a few Raw bits.
Oh, I just want to mention that when you say the only interesting thing on Raw, to me, the most hilarious thing on Raw, even more so than Danhausen, was that opening segment with the Vision.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. 1 masked man. 2 masked men.
Ridiculous,
3 masked men.
Turd.
4 masked men.
Stupid. It was
ridiculous.
So
just Vision have a segment in ring. There's guards outside. A masked man makes the guards chase him away. Another masked man makes the Vision chase him away. Then we get 1 more masked man. And then the final masked man is Seth Rollins in what was an absolute farce of a segment.
So who's he going to be fighting at WrestleMania then?
Logan Paul, because he's the only one who's still standing.
Yeah, exactly.
And, it'll be Austin Theory will be at ringside. Austin Theory will probably smash a chair into Logan Paul's back in the same way that Seth Rollins did it to Roman Reigns, and we relive that all over again.
Yeah, and we go Vision 2.0.
Sorry, what was you wanting to?
Well, the only interesting things, obviously, we had the promos at the end, and Penta won the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, that was good.
After Dominic got cursed by Danhausen.
Yes. Watch out for that for a while.
I did notice that Danhausen didn't do the full curse pose on him, though. It's kind of a little one. It wasn't like a full over
I know,
the top.
it's kind of like you got to get the big one over before you start, subverting it and doing the little one.
So, I don't know. But yeah, that was Raw. I mean, we had the promos at the end. Do you have anything to say? I didn't particularly enjoy the promos at the end.
I have enjoyed the promos the more that I've heard other people talk about them. And they've been able to provide a bit more of the context behind the words that they were saying, because I don't know a lot of the context behind these words, because there's been a long time that I wasn't watching WWE for. But when people started explaining to me, this, that, and the other, I was like, oh, actually, no, that is quite clever.
I think the promos, the promos were good. I'm not going to say they weren't good. They were good. It's just that I have no interest in seeing this match. And I don't know what they can do to make me interested in seeing this match.
They actually have to have interpersonal, they have to come together interpersonally.
Yeah, I mean...
And they won't happen when Roman Reigns spends most of his time away from the product.
I mean, the promos are good, but it's just... I'm just not interested in the match. I'm not, to be honest, I'm not interested in watching CM Punk at this point, to be fair.
His character no longer has an edge to him.
No, he's like Mr. Happy Corporate Guy, and that's not CM Punk.
That's not CM Punk. And also...
I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want I'm going to beat everyone backstage prick CM Punk, but I mean... There's a middle ground.
Yeah.
There's a middle ground.
Yeah, the stuff he did with MJF in AEW. The stuff he was doing with John Cena in WWE the first time around. Just, I don't understand what the hook is here. Oh, you said something about Roman Reigns on a podcast almost a decade ago, and Roman Reigns was so butthurt by that, this has to be the angle, instead of actually coming up with a real proper story.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know that a lot of people on here are wired to think that personal problems create a lot of attention and money when it comes to professional wrestling. But the further we get on in this sport, the more I'm starting to think that actually no one gives a shit about your petty BS.
I mean, one thing that would have helped this, and I mean, I know it's Roman's limit dates, but I mean, you had the end of the you had the match at the Chamber, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you had Finn Balor and CM Punk like shake hands and stuff. So if Finn Balor would have then bucked off and CM Punk celebrated, and then turned around and got speared by Roman Reigns, it'd be like, okay,
yeah,
now we're on. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. Something like that, you know.
And then you could have had a thing where it's like, oh, you two are going to be in the ring on Raw. If there's any physicality, then they'll you'll lose the belt, or you'll lose Punk. You'll lose your main event match or whatnot. And then it would have been more tension in the promos because they would have had to be like itching to fucking hit each other. And
Cody versus Roman felt like a war. Felt like there were proper stakes in it.
Yeah.
There's no stakes in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's going to win? The bloke who clearly is trying to save himself for the big matches, because he knows how injury prone he is, or the guy who is going to spend months away from the product by the time he gives the belt back to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
It's not exciting.
It's not exciting.
Although I will say, at the very end of the promo, after they said things like, "Oh, actually, I don't think this company gets enough ticket sales when you're champion. Oh, you said something about me on a podcast and I didn't like that much. I will murder you and bury you next to your dead father." I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
Fuck me, Punk. Good Lord.
Yeah.
I wanted them to go for that to just escalate from there.
But see, when that bomb came out, where was the violence afterwards?
Yeah, what the fuck is Roman Reigns doing just letting Punk walk away after that sentence?
I mean, I know WWE don't really do them anymore, but when WrestleMania comes back, what am I going to see on the video package before this match?
Yeah, that is a point, yeah. What is going to be?
What am I going to see?
I
mean, don't get me wrong.
Shot?
I'm not going to get my way with Rock and Austin, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get Limp Bizkit levels of epicness, but what am I going to get? I'm just going to get a couple of promo lines, aren't I? There's going to be no action.
Even to this day, even though they're nothing like they used to be, the video package in WWE is their saving grace. They can make mountains out of molehills.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're going to have to do some work on this one.
Yeah. Yeah,
so that was Raw then, I guess. Yeah, WWE is just not exciting me at the moment.
No, it's definitely on a downturn.
You got that, and then we got Revolution in a couple of weeks, so I'm more looking forward to that.
We will be late that week as well because we are kind of busy.
We've scheduled stuff during the week, so we can't actually watch the pay-per-view till later.
And I have no idea when I'm watching the pay-per-view because
I'll be watching it on the Tuesday.
Because we've got
Pub quiz on Monday.
Right, pub quiz on Monday. I'm pretty.
It's because AEW have put their pay-per-view on Sunday rather than Saturday. I don't like it.
Oh crap! Right, so what have we got here? My dad's birthday is we should. Well, I'm not going to sort this out on the podcast, but my dad's birthday is on a Wednesday in the next couple of weeks. So, and I think that's going to be our D&D Wednesday.
Yeah. Well,
our Zoom D&D.
That's what I mean. So, well, that's the 18th, isn't it? So, that's what I mean. So, if we move, we won't do this on the podcast. We'll have to watch it. I mean, I'm very tempted to just maybe watch it live or something, but and just deal with it in the morning because the thing is, it gets spoilt for me, and I don't like it. Cause,
I know.
I can watch it.
See it.
I can make it through Monday without being spoiled.
Yeah.
But to just not use my phone all week because it will get spoiled.
Yeah.
which is it's hard. Anyway, so that's going to be good. And
It's a Sunday, isn't it, as well? It's not a Saturday.
That's the problem. Put your pay-per-views on Saturdays.
We are human.
Put it on Saturdays.
And we deserve to be respected.
I can sit and watch your stuff while having me cornflakes on a Sunday.
Motherfucking.
It's because we bought tickets to the pub quiz, and if we hadn't have gone to the pub quiz, it would have been okay.
Yeah,
but we like to support our mate at the Arcanist Tavern.
Shout out to Ringo.
Shout out to Ringo at the Arcanist Tavern in Shoreditch. There's you owe me royalties now, Ringo.
Yeah, the 30 people who listen to this who are all going to come at once.
Yeah,
they're going to say the LOB Cast.
They're going to say, "Oh yeah." It's those dudes. It's those dudes off the LOB Cast. We come to see them.
Christ. Oh, they're so.
Our fan might turn up.
Yeah.
That Charlie Meadows turns up.
Yeah, I was going to say, Dave, unfortunately, that fan of ours is one of my alt accounts.
Fucking Chaz turns up and slap him. Anyway, right, well, speaking of Revolution, I'm going to go into. Should we go into Wrestle Club?
Yes.
So last week I recommended the Sting retirement match, which wasn't on YouTube. I made a mistake, so we couldn't put that in our playlist. Hopefully you've watched it. And you
still though, one of the absolute fucking great retirement matches.
And you recommended
this is all over Cena versus Gunther.
Oh, it does.
My fucking god. Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, like Stephanie Vaquer versus fucking Nikki Bella pissed all over Cena versus fucking.
I did enjoy the Cena Gunther match.
Yeah, no, the Cena Gunther match was all right. It was just the gimpy tap out. Anyway, and yeah, and you recommended the chamber match, Shawn Michaels v Shit Pants.
Yeah.
This time I'm going to recommend, because this one did come up on YouTube, and it is probably the greatest match in Revolution history. It was the greatest match of 2025. It is, of course, Carl Fletcher versus Will Ospreay.
Oh shit, we're just recommending them. Oh, of course we can do that, can't we?
We can do that because the chamber is finished and we're on to Revolution.
Fuck it then.
I'm recommending that because it's on YouTube, so I can put it in the playlist.
Hangman versus Swerve at Full Gear.
Is that on the?
I think so.
It's got to be on YouTube. AEW have got to put that on there.
Let me just make
just recommend it anyway.
Oh,
I recommend it.
We recommended something last year. You know, fuck it.
Yeah.
If it's not something last year, no, we recommended something just now, last week. Do you
want to be more specific what year that was so people can find it?
Oh, Christ, what year? I think it was 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if they are on YouTube, they will be in the doobly-doo description down below.
Because that wasn't actually what I was going to, because I kept thinking that, but I've forgotten that they've put half of their pay-per-view matches on YouTube now.
Yeah. They're really good at that. It's good. But so those matches, if they're on YouTube, they will be in the description doobly-doo down below. They will also be on our LOBcast we've got a playlist for the Wrestle Club recommendations.
The doobly-doo's the description, by the way.
Yep. We've also got playlists for our little clips that we've made. Hopefully I can do some more at some point. And I'm going to plug some socials at LOB Wrestling on all the socials if you want to follow us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on this one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we got anything else you want to talk about? How long have we been going?
We've been going an hour now.
Oh,
almost an hour.
We've really stretched out that shitty PLE for an hour, haven't we?
There was a lot of filler in this one.
There was a lot of filler.
We started talking about other stuff because we were so bored talking about the thing we actually should have been talking about.
Well, you know, we had to make it all filler because there was no thriller in the show. That was a shit pun. I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it because no one laughed at that. No one's probably listening now. So, you know, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Lee. And the rest of you can...
fuck off. I wonder how many people have actually heard us tell them to fuck off.
I don't know.